Nowadays, we all know just how hectic life can be and how difficult it is to even sit down to a meal together at the kitchen table. But do you ever stop to think about the food that you're serving your family? Whether you buy your food from the grocery store, from local farms, or organic farms, the Balancing Act wants to help you learn more about the food you buy and the people behind it. So, in our first part of our mini-series on food and family ties, we are joined by Courtney, a farmer and mom from Kentucky. Mary is also a volunteer with Common Ground, a grassroots organization designed to start conversations between women on farming and food. Mary, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me. Great to talk with you.
Food is my favorite topic to talk about. And you know, I'm a mother of 3, and I know that you have small children as well. And I know I have a lot of questions when it comes to food. Tell me a little more about Common Ground.
Well, like you said, Common Ground is grassroots. It's made up of women like myself, whether we're a farm wife, a full-time farmer such as myself. Most of us have kids. Our main objective is to show people what we're doing on our farm and to really break down those walls of fear that have kind of crept up into the minds of mothers. They're scared of what they feed their children. And we want to show people what we're doing. We need to be transparent about how we raise our food. Unfortunately, people think it comes from a factory. And it doesn't.
And I think the other thing that happens too is, let's say, for example, I'll use me as an example. I go into the grocery store and I'm going to buy a bell pepper. Well, one week, Mary, I go in and that bell pepper is X price. The next week I go in and it's a higher price. It seems to fluctuate so much. And when you have a budget and you need to be able to stick to that budget, how do we keep a handle on that?
I know it's tough. And I'm in a unique situation. I see it from the mom also buying food from the grocery, and then I see it from the farmer's perspective. I wish that I got to experience those highs that the grocery store does. There's so much of the marketing services that takes into account all that extra money. The farmer only gets about 12%. Instead of those prices that we see.
Those price adjustments, those ups and downs, you don't really benefit from the ups, is what you're saying.
No, but really, in America, we spend on average about 10% of our budget, instead of whereas other places in the world spend up to 25% or 25% of their budget. And so in reality, it's very affordable. And we have so many choices as a grocery store, as a consumer there, for organic or conventional. And there's a lot of different production methods. We can choose how we want to do it. Now, there's no scientific data saying that conventional is better or worse as far as nutritional value than conventionals. I'm not going to spend that extra money. I know what goes on our farm, and I'm very comfortable with our production practices.
That brings me to my next question, and it is about food price. So does the price of the food equal better quality of the food?
I think a lot of people ask that. There's so many misconceptions and tons of information out there. You go to Google about farming and you never know what you're going to find. I don't think that the price, it really is no significance with quality. American farmers are doing a fantastic job raising our food. If they don't do a good job, they're not going to have a good product to sell. And so, I want to make sure that it's safe for our kids to eat when I'm out in the fields with them. I want to make sure that if they want to eat a tomato, they can.
They're out in the fields with you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've got 3 little ones, and most of the time, it seems like over the last couple of years, I've always got one strapped on and making sure that I can keep up with them and refereeing fights or whatever it may be. But they're there, and I need to make sure that, not only am I feeding other families, but we eat what we raise. That's just part of it.
I have to tell you, I think at the end of the day, food quality is probably so important to most moms, myself included, which is why I think your group, Common Ground, is so important.
It is, and I know our farm, but I don't know all the other farms out there. I'm not a dairy farmer, but I can utilize the farm women in our group that come from a dairy farm. And I'd encourage you to go to our website. You can learn about all different kinds of farming and food production practices. It's findourcommonground.com.
Well, Mary, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you. Thanks for listening.
Pleasure to meet you. Absolutely. And I know over the next few weeks you are going to be back with us. We're going to be talking even more about this topic. We're going to talk about food safety and also going to be sharing some great holiday recipes. So looking forward to that.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again, Mary. And to learn more about how you can help find your common ground and join the conversation on farming and food, you can go to our website as well. And that is thebalancingAct.com.